Death Valley is a great park, but most of the attractions here are drives or roadside attractions. If you want to do an actual hike that's a little bit more than a mile, I've got 3 of my favorites right here. First hike is the Golden Canyon Trail Loop just south of Furnace Creek. From the trailhead, we're going to go up to Red Cathedral, Zabriske Point, and then come down Gower Gulch. Now, if Golden Canyon looks familiar, if you're a Star Wars fan, this is where R2-D2 got attacked by the Jawas in the first Star Wars movie. A little bit up Golden Canyon, you're going to see the red cliffs named Red Cathedral. And then from this junction, we're going to head up to Zabriske Point through this Badlands terrain, which goes through the Badlands and underneath Manly Point, climbs up a little bit up until Zabriske Point, where we're going to get these epic views with Telescope Peak in the background, these Badlands in front of us. Then from here, we're going to head back down through the Badlands, through Gower Gulch, and back down towards Badwater, where the trailhead was originally. The next hike starts from Dante's View, which is up above Badwater Basin. We're going to go to the end of the parking lot, and we're going to head towards Mount Perry, up along this ridge where we get great views down into the basin. We're going to follow this ridge all the way along to Mount Perry in the distance right there. There's a few false summits along the way, so don't get too excited. But after a little bit climbing and going over these false summits, you'll reach Mount Perry, which is at the end of the ridge and the highest point, where you get views from Mount Whitney down to the lowest point, Badwater Basin. Last hike goes to Telescope Peak. It starts at Mahogany Flat on the western side of the park, and Telescope Peak is the highest peak in the park, and it towers over everything below. From the Mahogany Flat campground, we're going to take the Telescope Peak Trail all the way to the top. The views are incredible as you go up, and ahead of you is Telescope Peak in the distance. There's a lot of climbing in the beginning, but then it levels out, allowing you to catch your breath. You're also up on this ridge where you can see to the west and west of Death Valley, across the Panamints and into the further desert. We're going to pass limber pine trees that are thousands of years old on our way up to the summit. And the summit offers panoramic views of the whole park, including down to the lowest point in North America, Badwater Basin. Sometimes there's even some cool signs like a telescope sign up top. You can find guides to all these hikes on my YouTube channel or on HikingGuy.com.